Hello, Noofs, and another ZvZ from you for this wonderful Group D of the most recent WESG. In the top left, we have the red Zerg, his name is Lambo, and in the bottom right, it's the blue Zerg, who goes by the name of Bly. Ben, how excited are you for this?
Lots of ZvZ.
Yeah, that was not an answer.
I'm very excited.
Very excited. That's the correct answer. This is a good one. This one's a bit more of a toss-up than the series with a laser and Lambo, because I think you'd probably say Lambo and Bly are about in the same skill level. Although I guess Bly, yeah, I think that's probably a fair statement.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start on Catalyst, which is pretty exciting. Looks like they're both gonna go for some hatches,
Yep.
which is what you would expect.
See,
Ben,
Lambo going for a slightly earlier hatchery, but not, you don't usually do that in ZvZ, but I don't know. Maybe I guess that's what he feels like doing.
Yeah, Ben, make a score prediction for us real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Bly 3-1 Lambo.
Okay, well we'll see. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
If Ben is wrong, get angry about it in the comments, because we need more comments. We should start saying more controversial things
Yep.
so that people get angry at us and we get famous. That's how to make it in this scene.
Uh-huh.
I'll start.
Okay.
I think that Maru doesn't deserve to be in Code S. If you're angry about that statement, put some right up a comment. I wish they would stop letting trash players like Maru into Code S.
He's just a worse version of MKP anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I miss MKP.
Me too.
I still have a mouse pad with a signature on it in my bedroom
Oh yeah, I have one of those somewhere.
from
Where that is.
Columbus.
Yep. What was that? 6 years ago now?
Yikes.
Yep.
It was a
time.
long time ago.
Almost,
Hey, by the way-
exactly. I think it was in March.
Yeah, I think you're right. The builds are differing very slightly, but barely. Bly is delaying his speed for a little bit and getting a few extra things and droning up behind it.
Yeah,
And
this is a
Lambo's
long time not to get speed though. And he's got money there. I think he may have just forgotten to build speed. Unless he actually decides to build a roach warren or something. This is, you do really want to get ling speed generally. So what's his plan here? Why is there not ling speed? It's a lot of money.
I
Okay,
have
so it's
no
gonna be a
idea.
layer.
Okay.
So
cool.
it wasn't a mistake, which is good.
Yeah. Or it was a mistake and he's gotten a layer because of it. But either way, he's going to nibble on this third. I'm looking at the minimap, and Ben, I'm not seeing anything from Lambo coming over to defend this. He's got two lings down at the natural. Oh my gosh, is this third going to be...
There's
What is
4
Lambo
zerglings here,
doing?
But he just cancels it.
The third is canceled. Oh, that hurts. Okay, so he's going to get an Evo chamber now, along with the speed.
Oh, drone goes down.
Yep. Meanwhile, Bly is grabbing roaches. This is going to become a wonky game. That third got canceled for almost nothing, it felt like.
So it'll be a lair tech 1-1 roach thing, which we actually, I believe in the last series from Lambo, we saw him do that at one point to take a game off of a laser.
Yep.
And so we won't. Bly may not go for the same exact thing. He may not go quite as all in. We'll have to see if he gets this, but we would expect him to get the +1 attack pretty soon and get the roach speed. Usually you want to start the +1 attack a little earlier because it takes longer. But nope, it's actually going to be a Nidus from Bly.
Ooh boy.
So this
So
is going to
Lambo,
be very fun.
Lambo's going to have roaches, and he'll probably have +1 range by the time that it hits. He'll also have no idea that a Nidus is about to drop in his base when that happens.
With this wall, he
But-
can't get in, and there's
Yep.
2 overlords here. And I believe the lair there is no lair, so those will not be able to turn into overseers anytime soon.
Nope.
So he's going to have to. He is building this roach horn. If he starts building roaches as soon as this is done, which as he's banking up money looks pretty likely, he might have enough units. But this overlord right here, flying right in, and this Nidus is about to start. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
it will get scouted by Lambo because he's got an overlord right under it. But what does he have to defend it? So he's finally starting to make 4 roaches. Can you check the unit count for Bly? Bly has 8 finished to the 7 lings of Lambo, and then he's going to bring over a queen or 2. and he's pushing through it. Oh my gosh, this is going to be really, really tough for Lambo. Realistically, Ben, I'm not really sure how he could hold this.
Yeah, I mean, he just has to stall for a lot of time while all these roaches in production come out, but
Yep.
he needs to not be losing units in the meantime.
Yep.
But right now it looks like, oh, he's actually going to go for a drone surround here, but he doesn't have the units yet quite to kill this, I don't think.
Yeah, so many drones are going to come down. Even if this attack is held off by Lambo, they're going to be even on workers. But even with the drones being pulled, it looks like this is going to be a really, really tough hold to ask for. The two queens are still alive for both players. Looks like one is about to go down, and that means the other one becomes much more vulnerable too. And actually, it looks like Lambo's going to push this off. Oh my gosh, no, more roaches. This is really, really, really close. So there's one queen left for Lambo, one queen left for Bly, but barely that one queen. It looks like they're about even on roaches, but Bly is pumping out a few more roaches. Oh, this is such a close game. It's on a knife's edge, but I think Lambo will push this back in the end. The
like
queen from Bly goes home.
Barely has enough. Oh, some more reinforcements coming out, but as another queen coming in, another roach coming in, it looks like this is balanced on a nice edge. Actually, a few more drones coming in from Lambo to try and help defense here. But these roaches are also weak at this point. That they should just all get picked off once this drone surround comes in, I think. And now there's 3 more roaches in the Nidus Worm. But at the end of this, Lambo still has the superior drone count, and he has the +1 attack now on his roaches. And so
Yeah,
as long as he can keep cleaning these up, although actually now there's 6 roaches, so it's a little hard. A lot more roaches coming in actually, and some drones actually came out from Lambo there. Those are not the right units that he needs right now. So
Yeah, he made
still
4 more
very close.
drones. He made 4 more drones, but he's actually going to pull some more drones and sacrifice them to try to hold this off. It looks like he should be able to do this. The roaches are running around. Bly doesn't have that big of a roach count, so this attack is about to be deflected, but Bly is still just making roaches. So once this attack is deflected, he doesn't really have a backup plan. It looks like his backup plan is going to be another Nidus.
Oh, but these lings do scout that out. So Lambo, I guess he's just going to counterattack with those lings, and just hold back here, which I guess that's fine. There weren't any queens or anything though, so I think he could have just killed the Nidus Worm if he wanted to, and saved himself the trouble of having to deal with these roaches. And actually, a new Nidus Worm in the main, that's kind of funny. He's spending like all his money on Nidus Worms at this point though. And the queens here will be able to hold off these lings. And even more drones going down now. So it's pretty even still. Okay, it's gonna happen there. Nothing's gonna happen there.
Yeah, Lambo had the game kind of locked up in theory, but Bly is basically just trying to pull him apart as much as possible by spamming Niduses all over the place. Lambo, by the way, has gone back to drones. He seems pretty confident in holding
There's
this.
a lot of roaches here. Look at that. Look how many roaches there
Yeah.
is. 17 roaches to only 10.
Yeah, so Bly is up 7 roaches. That Nidus works because it gets Bly in the natural. Suddenly he's up like 7 roaches. Lambo has to pull drones again. So big picture, Bly has to do some pretty big damage with this, but he's up a decent amount of roaches. He's Nidusing all over the place, which I guess is worth it because he can't use that money to make roaches off only 2 bases.
He's somehow still lost less than Lambo, despite the fact that he's lost like 4 Nidus Worms.
Yeah, so he's going to attack now with this Ravager. Oh my gosh. Bly's actually coming close to winning this. He's going to get some corrosive vials. The roaches move in and actually don't get hit by it, but this fight is pretty close. So Bly is going to win that fight up by the Nidus Worm by virtue of the extra roaches coming in. Now Lambo, oh my god. So I really have no idea what to say. It's nice because Bly has that Nidus Worm on the bottom that he can use to ferry up here, but oh man, he just has so many more roaches. Is he going to make this work then? He's going to gun down this queen.
The attack advantage for so long with the +1 attack, which normally makes a huge difference for the roaches. But it looks like Bly's continued insistence of only building roaches and Nidus Worms has actually worked out here. As Lambo, you saw he was up to 43 workers at one point. He just kept building more drones, and Bly was only ever building roaches. But now at this point, with all these lings and roaches going again, it looks like again he's going to clean up the roaches. Again, Bly is building nothing but roaches. And again, Lambo is building more drones. So we're going to have to see when the next Nidus Worm comes into the main, how that one's going to do.
It really feels like Lambo, because he is up the base. I'm not sure that he knows he's up the base, but it feels like, oh, another queen's going to get sniped here. Well, I get it. Okay, good. You never want to see a chance like that passed up.
Yeah.
He's going to catch some more drones here. Oh my gosh, Lambo needs to stop building drones. He's up the extra base of production. And the +1, he'll just win. Oh my god, another Nidus Worm in his game.
Yeah.
I love this game. This is my favorite game of all time. Basically, all Lambo's army is all over by the third. The worker count somehow has managed to be about even. Bunch of roaches are going to flood through this Nidus, or are they?
Inside the Nidus. There's some coming in now, but the Nidus is going to die before those roaches get out. So now there's only 2 roaches at this point. We can see a total of 15 roaches out for Bly. They're actually at the third.
Oh god! Oh, he's gonna catch all of these. All of these roaches are totally screwed. This might win the game for Bly because he's gonna get so many roaches in such an even trade. By the time that Lambo comes with these roaches, he'll be down roaches, or maybe not. Oh my gosh, this is such a weird game. He's now gonna chase him into this corner. It looks like they'll trade pretty evenly, but Bly doesn't have any reinforcements, so Lambo's just gonna clear it out. Lambo is up workers now, and he's about to be up +1 armor as well. Oh my god, more roaches from Bly. This is ridiculous. This is insane.
These roaches get out, but now they're gonna... What are these roaches gonna do? Oh, they're gonna regroup. He now has 8 roaches over here. It's gonna do a little more damage to the base. Only 6 roaches from Bly, and 2 more coming in from Bly here. And Lambo has a bit of a roach disadvantage here. He's now losing 4 roaches. Even though he has +1 attack, he's gonna have +1 armor soon, and roach speed, as he sort of defends this. It's incredible how well these unupgraded roaches from Bly have been dealing with the upgraded units from Lambo. So we can see 19 roaches to 12. Okay, here's the 6th Nidus worm or something in the main.
This game is amazing. So Bly now basically has 2 split little hit squads of roaches. Oh, that's so many. Oh, Lambo's going to lose his third? Bly looks like he's actually making this work. So he's going to be down 1-1. He'll be... he's leaving the third now to try to go for the kill move. No, he does not want that, and he is down upgrades, so he should lose this fight every time. It looks like Lambo's... Oh my gosh, nope, more roaches from Bly. This is the story of this game, but Lambo is finally, it looks like, pushing him back. Look, Lambo's building more drones for some reason, and again, another Nidus started in the main. And for the 40th time, we have no clear winner in a Roach v. Roach war, and now Bly's getting chased back, so he is going to lose this one Nidus, which has been here forever, outside. Bly is once again bringing roaches into the main, but he can run around and take out this third base whenever he wants to. Oh my god, he's being fed drones again.
It's not the place you want to be, drones.
And for the gazillionth time, the drone... Actually, you know, Lambo has stabilized with 7 more drones than Bly, and he is finally chasing him out. So Bly's going to get that third, but he's going to get all these roaches probably chased down eventually.
Yeah, there is, I believe, roach speed now from Lambo. Is there roach speed from Bly? Looks like, okay, so it looks like he did get that roach speed out at some point. But there's still, it's 1-1 against 0-0 still. The +2 attack coming in. And surely Bly can't use unupgraded roaches against 2-1 roaches, right?
No. Okay, I think Lambo has won. But, okay, he's catching all these roaches. Bly should be GGing any second now. He's way down army supply. Down 6 workers. He's actually not down a base, but the upgrade advantage should win this game for Bly in theory, but no.
Looks like there's going to be a Nidus in the main, much to our surprise.
I love this game. He's going to catch 2 of these Ravagers before they... Oh, no, he's not. Okay, he'll catch 1. Oh, this is a suicide mission for Bly. There's no way he can win that, right? Plus, again, the +2 attack is going to end any second for Lambo, but Bly is going to unload 3 roaches in there. That's probably not going to be good enough. Lambo is finally...
Die from Bly. That's going to be really painful. Now he can't build roaches, and that's been the thing he's been doing for the past approximately 8 minutes. He's just been holding down that R key. Oh, the
I was about to say...
into the Nidus worm now. Is he going to try and base trade here?
This is insanity.
Okay, no new Nidus worms can come out now that Nidus Canal dies, but there's a bunch of roaches and drones in Lambo's base, and he's going to lose his own roach for him.
This game might actually turn into a base play. Look at how many drones. The problem is for Bly that he actually doesn't have enough.
Oh,
is he going to get it?
Oh! 10 minerals short of having enough minerals to build that hatchery. Oh no, but he's got minerals on these drones, but...
He could send them back in the Nidus and then go back to the natural.
Well, the Nidus is dead, but if he can snake drones back to his natural, then maybe he could. But it looks like Lambo's going to run these roaches back to try and save his base. So he's got this. So Lambo's got this army and these units down here, which are now doing nothing. So the units in total, he's set 18 roaches and 3 Ravagers from Lambo, 17 roaches, and no Ravagers from Bly. But there are more drones from Bly at this point. Kind of ironically, given how this game has gone.
Yeah, Bly's up drones, but he's, again, down so many upgrades, and he also doesn't have this mining base even, so he's
and
going
this
to clear
roach
out
warren
this...
never died from Lambo, so Lambo's able to keep pumping out roaches at this base over here
Yep.
that's mining. So that was a big mistake from Bly to not take out the roach warren in the base trade. You always want to take out the important tech buildings when you're base trading a Zerg to stop them from being able to reinforce at whatever hatcheries they may have.
He also he really needs 10 more minerals because he actually can't mine. Frankly, I'm surprised that Bly is even still in the game, but I guess we're going to get one final attack. Given the way this game has gone, I almost expect Bly to win, but the upgrade advantage is just so huge for Lambo. He's got the corrosive biles. He's going to finally take this game after a ridiculous tug of war. Bly GG's. Lambo takes game number 1 in this best of 5. So that was a ridiculous game.
That was a game the likes of which I don't think I've ever seen before.
Yeah, I've never seen that many Nidus Worms, especially because they were in
at least in that much time.
I know.
In terms of Nidus Worms per minute, that has to be one of the highest in a pro game ever.
Yeah, and they were in the same spot every time. But the very first Nidus Worm was right under one of Lambo's overlords. Mm-hmm. At no point was he trying to be sneaky about what he was doing. That was insanity. I loved that game. I'm hoping for the exact same thing in this game, but we're on Eastwatch, we probably won't get it.
I mean, it's a big map, which just means that the Nidus is exactly the same. It's way better than running all the way across the map, right? Why bother running your units so far across the map when you could just build a Nidus over here?
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right, and I'm really praying, really praying for a Nidus this game. I really hope we don't get I hope we don't get just some boring macro game where players show skill.
Starcraft is a game about who can make more Niduses.
Apparently not, Ben, because it didn't work out for Bly.
Well,
despite
the balance is not perfect, Ezra.
Yeah, that's true. Could Blizzard please rebalance ZvZ? I feel that Nidus play isn't rewarded as much as it should be.
Make it so that every unit that goes into a Nidus, 2 of them come out.
Sure, you could do that. You could also make Zerg units even slower off creeps so that the Niduses become even better. So that if you're all inning, you pretty much have to Nidus.
Just make it so that Zerg units are now like agoraphobic and only ever are okay with being on creep.
Yeah, exactly. It would throw the other 2 matchups way out of line, but ZvZ
unless
would
you're Scarlet.
Unless you're Scarlet, yeah. Yeah, you'd see proxy hatch as mandatory in like every matchup. Unfortunately, it looks like we're getting actual normal games, which you hate to see, Ben.
Well, there's plenty of time left.
There's plenty of time left. I would like to remind you of your prediction.
Yes.
3-1 Bly.
Which is still consistent with the current results.
That prediction hangs in the balance. That prediction hangs in the balance. I would like to call it... Okay, all right. I was going to get excited if Bly didn't build that speed immediately, but unfortunately he did. So it looks like we're not going to get the same kind of shenanigans that we got the last game.
Yeah.
Ben, with regards to your pick, obviously you chose Bly 3-1, which is totally fair. But after watching that last game, would you like to revise it? Because Bly clearly went with a stronger build, given how many Niduses there were.
Okay,
and
yeah,
yet
I think...
still failed to pick up the W.
I think that maybe a better prediction now would be Lambo 2-2 Bly. I think the series is going to end 2-2. And they're just not going to get to a 5th game.
These are 2 Europeans, right? So they're fine with ties in sports?
Yep.
That's how it works?
Or maybe they're just going to go Swarm Host versus Swarm Host, and Game 5 is actually not over yet.
Yeah.
We do see a lair coming in from Bly, so...
Good.
He is getting the link speed, so it's not going to be quite the same, but maybe... I don't know. So there's not a gas yet, so it probably is not going to be 2 base mutas.
No.
I don't know exactly what he then is going to try and do with this lair, besides mutas, while also building a bunch of speedlings.
Yeah, just looking at the minimap, it looks like he doesn't really have the Overlord position for Nidus, because that would have to walk up a little bit further, although I guess he could just drop one there and then also drop one in the main.
I mean, if this Overlord flew over this way, then he could get one in the main.
Yeah.
He's going to take out one of these Overlords here, it looks like, which is always nice, but this is late enough that it's not a huge difference, although Lambo's going to be kind of supply block now. He does really need to start up some more Overlords.
Yeah, so especially with roaches on the way.
Yeah, and so we still see a bunch of drones coming in addition to this lair, so maybe so it looks like it actually is going to be a Spire, I think. He does drop a Roach Horn, but with 200 gas right now, it looks like this was designed to be a Spire build. Are we going to see Is he a Spire dropped, or is he just going to go into random roaches? Okay, it's going to be a
Oh,
Nidus again.
yay! I'm Wallacing.
So this is
Good.
gonna be
Okay,
fun.
so by the way, he's killing a lot of workers
Oh,
back
yeah,
in
wow,
the
this
main
is Ling
with a
ran in.
huge Ling run by, and Lambo's in trouble now. He's actually down 6 workers because, oh my gosh, and the queen in the main. Oh, that is so much damage. So with the Mutas coming out now, Lambo's going to be really stretched because every drone that he loses to the Muta is critical for him. Actually, sorry, why did I say Mutas? I'm an idiot.
Oh,
It's Nidus.
wait.
Oh my gosh, he's actually just
Wow.
going to GG. He heard me say mutas and he was worried about something that didn't exist. You do realize those mutas were Haikou, right?
Yeah, I mean, so if Bly had just been macroing, right, or had just been building
Yeah.
drones, then I guess the game would certainly be over after having lost 15. With the Nidus, then maybe he could have defended it.
Well,
But we'll have to see what happens
I
now
guess he
in
didn't
game
know.
3.
I'm excited to see what happens in Game 3. So last game, I mentioned that we might see Nidus play again, kind of as a joke. And then we saw Nidus play again.
What are you talking about? We didn't see any Niduses.
That's true. Lambo actually probably, I mean, he should have gone back to the replay and seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would expect him to, or at least check the build orders in the post game, so he should know. Bly, by the way, showing out that good luck for the first time in the series. I wonder if that's
After
to
your
feel out
opponent
his
just
opponent.
insta leaves. You have to compound the salt, basically.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
tilts him.
Yep, it's those important details that really separate the good from the great in tournament play. I'll never forget the MVP versus Squirtle series when going into Game 7, MVP typed a 4-paragraph long monologue about how great of a person Squirtle was as he was proxy 2-raxing him. That was a genius play. That's the kind of thing that makes someone a champion. Bly tapping into that here as well.
Yep. So we do see hatch first from both players, so nothing too excessively cheesy yet. We'll have to see if Bly keeps up his 100% Nidus rate,
Yeah.
or decides to forfeit his stats.
Lambo, the last 2 games also has gone for just straight roaches and +1, and then just kind of tried to absorb the weirdness of Bly.
Yeah,
I wonder if at a certain
probably a pretty
point,
good approach to take, really.
yeah, I wonder if at a certain point you try to introduce some weirdness.
Just both go
Or if
Nidus.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way that first game could have gotten weirder.
They should
to
make
be
it so your
honest.
2 Nidus worms can fight underground.
Yeah. Yeah. Blizzard, please. It's just not realistic otherwise.
They wasted all their time on lurkers and ravagers in Legacy of the Void when they could have had underground
Yep.
Nidus fights.
Hey, by the way, Ben, apropos of nothing, what is this thing that's in the middle of the hatchery when it's building? Is it the drone that's mutating? And if so, what does it do when the hatchery... Is it like the queen of the hatchery?
Maybe it's the queen that makes the larvae that pop out automatically.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it looks kind of like a queen, because the queens have the 3 legs, and it has the 3 legs and the tail and such.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a queen morphing, because these larvae that pop out have to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. They don't just hatch out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also, so I don't know anything about StarCraft lore, and if you know something about StarCraft lore, put it in the comments or follow us on Twitter and tweet at us about it. Please, someone. But does that mean that drones become queens if given enough time and enough minerals?
I don't know, maybe. Or maybe
Yeah.
there's just sort of queens that just appear, from nowhere. Spontaneous creation of queens.
Queen option.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh. Okay, 2 Zergos coming.
So
Just
yeah,
gonna
he'll
die.
see the Roach Warren, which is nice.
So Bly, again, is getting a Roach Warren and no 3rd. He has a bunch of minerals at this point. You'd think maybe he's going to go for a 3rd. But adding some lings and an Evo chamber, there's no lair. A bunch of lings here. I wonder if he's going to do a kind of a run-by again. Although it looks like Lambo's learned his lesson as he's building some lings of his own. I'm actually impressed by how few Baneling nests we've seen this series.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Has any player actually built a Baneling nest yet?
Not that I remember, but I've been wrong before.
So what's Bly getting at here? So he doesn't have a lair. He doesn't have a 3rd. He doesn't have enough minerals to make a bunch of roaches. He's
No.
getting +1 attack, but so he's made a bunch of Zerglings and +1 attack. So I guess he's just going to go for a huge hatch tech. No, now he's getting a lair. Okay. So he made a bunch of lings that he's... Okay, so he's going to run by a bunch of... Maybe? He's got... Is he going to run the lings out? Okay, he's going to run the lings out.
He's
And
going to try
get
not to let
layers.
Lambo see them,
Okay,
but Lambo's going to see them.
Yeah. And so now
Oh,
Lambo's going
and
to defend.
and Bly's going to build 7 drones. I guess the idea is kind of like in the Lambo laser first game, that if Lambo over responds to this, then Bly can kind of even it up from there.
Yeah, 20
They'll
lings in
be even
production
on
now
upgrades.
from Lambo, and he's already up. He's up like 10 workers right now. So if he can avoid losing a bunch of workers to these lings, then he should be in a good position. Although workers start to die, 4 already, and there's still not enough lings to contest these.
Yeah, oh my gosh, is Lambo just going to lose another game to a Ling run by? He's going to clear these out. Bly, though, actually has a worker lead. Almost snipes that last one and would have given
Although
him
now
slightly
look at all
larger.
these Zerglings from Lambo, so now Bly's going to have to. But Bly has a wall, is the difference, I guess. Although
Yep.
the 2 queens in this wall is not enough to hold off these lings. Although Lambo certainly thinks so, since he's building 8 more drones, and has no units or anything. But
Oh gosh.
I think Lambo can kill an Evo chamber here if he wants to. I guess he doesn't think so. This is a lot of Zerglings.
This is so many Zerglings, I'm surprised that he's giving up on it. But I guess with all those queens, he knows that he can't do game-ending damage, and so he'd just give Bly a foothold again.
Mm-hmm.
He can control the map now. He is up a base,
Yeah, that's pretty big.
and he's starting to get layer.
As the worker counts get into the 40s, Bly is going to lose the ability to make new useful workers, whereas Lambo can still make another 20 workers or so, and still get plenty of value out of them. We see both players are going to finish up their +1 attack. Bly does have the earlier roach speed since he got that fast lair, and Lambo's lair is close to finishing, at which point he'll be able to get his own roach speed. We see the +2 attack start from Bly, but he's going to have to. He's taking the third now, but he's going to have to get some value basically out of this to make up for the economic disadvantage that he's getting from his slow third.
Yeah, so Lambo, I guess, with regards to the decision that Lambo made not to go up, from his perspective, if you're up a base, you know that his upgrades can't possibly be that far ahead of yours. You are in the lead unless he does something. So what you do is just try to make sure he doesn't grab a third immediately, so that you can sit on your third for a while and grab the advantage from it.
I don't like how these lings were just sitting over here on the side of the map, really. I guess it's kind of fair because I'm sure he was really scared of a Nidus, given what he saw.
Yeah.
So maybe that's reasonable, but I guess the downside was that he wasn't able to defend this third. But yeah, thinking about it, maybe not risking losing to the Nidus there was the best play. And Bly actually is getting a Spire here. So we're going to have to see if he can. So he's going to do the same thing that we have potentially seen before, where he's going to hope that there's just a bunch of roaches from Lambo, but on the other hand, Lambo's already getting a Hydra Den, so this could go very badly for Bly.
Yeah, there's no way that's a blind Hydra Den, right, from Lambo? There's no way he knows about the Spire.
He's also getting Tunneling Claws. That's kind of odd to get both that and the Spire. Because at that point it's kind of, you want to pick either going roaches or mutas, you would think. Is that music? Oh, apparently this plays music. Even if you don't have game music toggled on. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Oh, by the way, okay, so, alright, Lambo's not going to get that. That would have been huge to be able to snipe that third, especially because Bly needs that gas for the mutas. Little does Lambo know. Bly really needs the gas for those mutas. Oh man, are all these lings just going to go down for nothing? He's going to run up.
Get in.
Oh my gosh,
He's
he's
got the
going to
Spire,
get in!
Really big.
Oh, this is so painful. So that Spire just finished. He's going to lose a bunch of drones here, and the Spire is going to get scouted. So let's see what Lambo does in response. He builds one Spore Crawler. He's going to build a second Spore Crawler.
Those lings could have been focus firing drones instead of just dying to roaches.
Yeah, I think he was back in his base prepping because he built two Spore Crawlers immediately.
Yeah,
I think
and
he's
he's already
probably more
actually
worried
even
about
got
the
the
mutas.
Spore Crawler in the third. And the even worse thing about comboing Tunneling Claws with mutas is the response to mutas is spores, at which point you have detection. So and I don't think there's burrow, is there? Does he have burrow? He doesn't have burrow. He hasn't started burrow. Maybe this is just an accidental Tunneling Claws. I don't know. Lambo's going to see this on the roaches and be very confused. Because he thinks there's mutas, and then he's going to expect Tunneling Claw roaches, but there's no burrow.
Yeah, bizarre. That must have been a mistake from Bly. Meanwhile, Bly is getting a fourth, so I guess he's gambling, well, not gambling, but expecting to have enough map control just by showing the Spire that Lambo won't want to move out with anything, particularly the Hydralisks, which is what's actually happening. So Lambo's getting some Ravagers, and he's actually just building pure Roach Ravager now because he's built a handful of Hydralisks.
Yeah.
And he's not doing anything about that fourth from Bly, so I don't know, Ben, break down the game for us. Who do you think will be happier with the situation right
I think
now?
it has to be Lambo. Bly's just so all over the place. He's now getting +1 melee and armor and baneling speed. He has that. He's after going for all these Tunneling Claw roaches that don't have burrow. He's now getting melee upgrades, and there's going to be +2. Is there? Yeah, there's +2. Both players have +2. So I guess having the +2, it's sort of fine to get the melee upgrades. almost because that creep tumor there would be bad. But so it looks like Bly is going to go for an all-out big Roach Baneling bust, to try and basically max out and make advantage or make use of the fact that Banelings are far more supply efficient than any other unit the players have access to. So a maxed out Roach Baneling army is basically more powerful than most other armies, barring lurkers or something.
Yep.
So that's going to be Bly's kind of idea here. But you see Lambo's already maxed out. He's got the Roaches and the Hydras. Hydras not being great against Banelings, but if Lambo pushes out with his maxed out army before a bunch of Banelings get out, or if he can sit back, he doesn't have lurkers, which is what you ideally would really want, obviously.
Yep.
So I think it's certainly conceivable that the army from Bly could just roll over Lambo's army with all the Banelings.
Yep.
But I think it's far from a given, and if they don't, then the bigger economy and bigger bank of Lambo, I guess the economy is actually not that much better, but in the long run, the tech army sort of choice is more efficient from Lambo. So there's just going to be one big push from Bly, and he's going to have to win with it.
Yeah, I think Bly actually has a pretty clear economy advantage just because his fourth is finished, and he's at almost 70 drones at this point. But you're right, the tech is really tough. If they were to fight head-on right now, Bly would probably win. I mean, Lambo would probably win.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the first head-on fight, the Banelings will explode and potentially get damaged.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really bad concave for Lambo.
Yeah, the Banelings explode and got a little group of Roaches, and actually Bly's going to chase him down already, so those Corrosive Vials already went down and didn't do a heck of a lot of damage, but it's just pure Roach for Bly from here on out, and Lambo's going to chase him out. He shouldn't go up there. That's an extremely bad concave, but actually Bly's going to let him move up, because he needs the time, I guess, to add Zerglings to the base, to the army. Meanwhile, Lurkerden's starting for Lambo, by the way, so that was a good call, saying that he needed that. Now it's down just to the two players jostling.
But now Bly has advantage getting to this third here, or this fourth rather. And if he wants it, he can easily kill it. Oh, these are down, but Lambo doesn't realize where the army is.
Oh
so
no, this is terrible. This fourth is just going to get focused down, and I'm not sure that Lambo can actually corner this army. He might though. Actually, Bly's going to attack with the concave as Lambo moves down the ramp.
In the center of the army and do so much damage. There's a huge
and the Corrosive Vials did nothing, and now Bly just has so much army here, so many Roaches pushing in. He'll dodge another round of Corrosive Vials. Banelings come in the back. Oh my god, he's gonna get everything. Oh, that was an amazing engage from Bly.
Yeah.
And Lambo engaging down the ramp, having lost his fourth already. Bly takes game number 3, moves in with the 2-1 lead, and keeps the hope for your prediction alive. Ben, I'll be honest with you, I'll be honest with the viewers out there. I'm hoping for Nidus again.
and who do you think is more likely to go for Nidus then?
Who do I think is more likely to Nidus?
Yeah.
I think it's got to be Bly.
And what makes you think that?
Because he has already gotten a Nidus, but actually, look at that. That's a 12 pool from Bly. So, it looks like it's a gasless 12 pool, so it's not completely all in. He'll just drone up and hope that Lambo overreacts. But once again, Bly bringing the weirdness for this series.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see. So Bly's going to just build some Zerglings here. He's going to take his own expansion, and he's going to try to either kill the expansion of Lambo or kill a handful of drones, enough to even out the game or ideally get him a lead. And on a map like this, with this sort of a third base, you can imagine players being kind of greedy. But at the same time, the rush distance is actually not that long, and so the Lings can get over here pretty quickly. So Lambo's going to have to not get too greedy, get that spawning pool, and get some Zerglings of his own to defend, and he's going to have to not lose too many drones when doing that defense. He actually gets the pool before the gas, which is, I guess, a little bit helpful. Gets the pool. We'll get the Zerglings out that much sooner.
Yep. Yeah, he'll get the Zerglings out a little sooner. Bly builds that natural behind this, so they'll be even on bases, and it's actually not that big of a worker lead for Lambo yet. He'll be up, I guess, 5 by the time that this hits. He'll see these Zerglings in a second, so the key is to identify that there's a natural behind it.
Okay, so they're going to run around this Overlord, but I guess he's probably just going to run under this Overlord. Yeah, he doesn't want to. He could have run more south and gone under here. But with this sort of a build, you really want to get onto that natural quickly to start getting that damage out. And so you don't necessarily want to wait too long to run around, whereas if you're doing a Baneling build, then maybe you do want to hide so that you can delay that response sooner when they actually need to be building, a spine and maybe a Baneling nest.
Yeah, absolutely. So the spine's going to start in the main base for Lambo, right on the edge of the creep, and 6 Lings will start as well, but there are 8 down here for Bly. He's going to bring his queen, Lambo will, so we should be able to win the head-on fight. The question is whether he can do it before this natural is killed. So he brings down the drones, Bly has a 2 or 4 Zergling advantage, and he'll run around, try to grab these 2 Zerglings before they can take a fair fight. This many drones, by the way, means that even if Bly doesn't get a whole lot of damage here, and it looks like he probably won't, this many drones running around this early in the game means that you're losing a ton of mining time. He's going to settle to Maynard them just with the natural there.
Yeah.
It looks like he settled off pretty well. He is up 6 workers. Oh my gosh. Is he? Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like that actually ends up coming out better for Lambo. He's got, I think, only 1 queen. Yes. Oh, no,
Yep.
he's got 2 queens, actually. He's got a queen in the main, and he has speed. And now he's getting an Evo chamber and going back on gas. So it looks like Lambo's response is to take advantage of the fact that Bly is going to be on a very late gas and go for a big all-in. But you can see Bly's already now taken the economic lead. So
Yep.
with these queens, if he can manage a defense to this all-in that looks to be coming from Lambo, then he should be in quite a good position. He's going to run out and try and get this Overlord, actually. 3 queens are going to take down that Overlord quite quickly.
Yeah, this is this Overlord. Oh, this Overlord's annoying. I guess he's building 1 more, but even then he'll be supply capped if he loses it. It's going to go down. So if by the way, he's building a Dropper Lord. Lambo
Okay,
is.
so he's going to go over here and drop Lings behind. So that's the goal of
Yep.
the Evo chamber. It wasn't an upgrade. So we see that
Yeah.
no upgrades have come in. So 5 Zerglings. It's not all that many. So he's going to try and get behind the wall, but there's actually 8 Zerglings or 7 Zerglings out here already. No, it is 8. So the 5 Speedlings are not going to be that scary. I don't think there's a Baneling nest, right? No, there
No.
isn't. So he's just going to run these behind. But I think
He's
I
not
think
gonna get
Bly's
much
going to be
done.
totally fine.
Yeah, Bly should be totally fine. Lambo is droning up
He
behind
even
this.
sniffs this out and runs over here.
Yep. Absolutely. The annoying thing for Bly is that these Lings can just kind of run around. So he'll get a full scout in the main. He'll be annoying also. He might force some drones to run around. He might actually grab a few even. Nice focusing on that one. So Lambo's going to do as much damage as he can with these 5 Lings. I think they're probably already worth it with what he's done so far. But he's also going to take a small worker lead. He can't get that queen. No. Okay, that would be too much. He's also starting +1 attack before Bly does anything, and Bly also doesn't even have speed started yet for his Lings. So even though the economies are roughly the same, the tech advantage for Lambo is going to be pretty huge. Oh, he's dropping even more Lings.
Well, the Lings from Bly are already getting down under there and are
Yeah.
able to just clean that up. So that gets totally shut down. Bly using a clinic on, or giving a clinic on how to use slow Lings against speedlings.
Yep.
That's impressive. So yeah, so I think Bly's probably not going to bother with Ling speed, at least for quite a while. Just going to go for those roaches. You can see he's now getting his +1 attack for his roaches and his lair. The Roach Warren now starting for Lambo, and of course Bly's already had his for a while.
Yep.
So off the end of this, both players are getting their third bases at about the same time. Similar worker counts, maybe slight lead for Lambo, but Bly's getting some more workers, so about the same there. We can see about 50 workers for each player and 10 or so army supply, so currently in a very economic position. Bly actually running his 8 slowlings across the map, and I guess is going to try and maybe kill a few Zerglings or a few drones with those. I guess they're not really going to get much value as he's going roaches, so you might as well try and do something with them.
Yep. Bly also, by the way, is getting that +1 armor, so that'll be nice for him because he's got the double Evo chamber.
This Overlord speed here, actually. That's going to be... I wonder what he's trying to do with that. I guess maybe just more link drops. Oh, actually...
Bly looked like he might actually be able to suicide those Lings into the natural for a second, which would not win him the game, but put him so far ahead that Ben's prediction might actually shake out.
Yeah.
As it is, it's been snuffed out by Lambo, so it won't do all that much. We're going to move into a normal game, but it looks like Bly is building roaches and Lambo's building drones. Oh, 16 roaches. Oh my god, that's an explosion. Look at the army supplies.
Yeah.
Bly is so far
Lambo
up.
has to quickly... He's got a lot of money, so if he makes a wave of roaches, he could even that out pretty quickly, but he's just going for more and more drones. Getting an Overseer, so... Oh, this Overseer... Okay, it just barely survives and gets its full health at. And with this Overlord speed, this Overseer is going to be a very speedy scout of this base coming in. And he's going to probably see these roaches and realize that he needs to make some defense. He's actually going for a Hydra Den. And there you see 3 spine crawlers coming out here at the front, realizing how many more roaches there are from Bly, and Lambo knows he has to do something drastic to make sure he doesn't just die. And the nice thing about this map, of course, is that with this one choke here, he can defend all 3 bases with these spine crawlers.
Yep, because normally part of the good thing about roaches is that you can run around and try to catch them off guard, especially because Bly's roach speed is going to hit before Lambo's. But now this way he has to kind of ram his head into the three spines if he wants to get anything done. Oh, he's turned around. There's a small wing run by. Oh, I wonder if that was just having his entire army on one hotkey for Bly.
Yeah.
He'll clear it out, but it's going to delay a lot of the roaches. So
Yeah,
it'll buy Lambo some
these
time.
running out and trying to do something over here. I wonder if Bly doesn't really have a bunch of gas, but if he did, he could be cute, like more of a bunch of Ravagers and just run in and buy all this hatchery.
Yeah.
That would be a
seriously.
pretty cool play. But as is, it looks like there's just enough roaches and Ravagers and spines that Bly probably is not going to be able to push in here.
Yeah, especially with the concave. There's no way he's going to start in. He's going to see exactly what the deal is and back off. Can you check the units tab to see what the roach count looks like? So, wow, he's actually up 17 roaches. That's pretty huge. Where is that? Okay, there are more roaches on the way. So
Yeah.
he'll wait for those.
There's
Plus one armor
roach
has finished.
under here doing nothing. Oh.
Yeah, but with the corrosive biles.
He gets one spine. Now the Hydras are out.
Mhm.
There's no Lurker Den, but he's getting that Hydra range, and the +2 from Lambo is close to done, whereas Bly's is only just starting.
Yeah, so that is a big advantage for Lambo. On Bly's side, though, because Lambo... Oh my gosh, is he going to move in here and actually attack? Okay, he'll back off before the biles land. Because Bly is keeping Lambo basically in his base, he's started this fourth, and he's going to have a slight economic lead as we go forward. Obviously, the way that he's behind is in tech, because he doesn't have any Hydras or Ravagers, and he's going to be way behind him +2 attack.
Yeah, but in terms of tech, Bly actually does have the Lurker Den, which Lambo doesn't.
Oh, that's
have.
true.
So that could end up coming out. So it looks like Bly's also, again, going in these different directions. He's getting the Tunneling Claws. He does this time decide to get Burrow, but a lot later. So, again, these Tunneling Claws are going to be useless for quite a while. I don't know why he doesn't just get the Burrow when he gets the Tunneling Claws.
I almost wonder if you make Lambo respect the burrow by getting Tunneling Claws.
But he is
You know what I
actually
mean?
just getting Burrow. You don't
you're
want him
right,
to
you're right.
respect it because you want to, sneak up on him.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Lambo's pushed out and he's gotten this fourth now that he knows he can chase Bly's army away. Bly's parked his entire army in the bottom left. What do you think that's about?
He could, if he transformed this Overlord, he could ferry the roaches 4x4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this Overseer, Lambo has an idea that something's going wrong, and now the
Yeah.
speedy Overseer is going to be able to keep good watch of these roaches, whether or not they're burrowed. We see a very long, trained, single file line. These may be preschool roaches.
We're all going to the same place.
Yep.
So, he's actually setting up a really, really nice kind of pincer move on Lambo. Lambo's going to have to get back. It looks like he will be able to
But
beat
he's going to
back.
hold this ramp here with this part of his army and get the other half of his army over here, but he's not got good position in the fourth. And the Hydras in front of the roaches is really bad positioning from Lambo.
Yeah, really bad positioning from Lambo. The rest of his army is going to join up, but there is still this bottom group of roaches that he's keeping tabs on with the Overseer. Oh, this is going to get totally chased out by Lambo. This is a huge win for him. I think Bly was hoping that he would have a chance to snipe the fourth really quickly. He's going to move back in, but he's going to get snuffed out again by the army. I don't think Bly has any chance to do anything with these roaches, and now they're totally trapped. What is the idea here? Is he just going to burrow?
I guess he's going to try and do a bunch of damage, and then these roaches are going to be able to run into the fourth.
Yep.
But if Lambo splits his army correctly, he does actually lose the one base there. He should be able to kill a huge amount of armies with Bly's.
Yeah, but he lost that base. This Lurker Den is probably going to get focused down now too. Oh no, is he going to go for it? Yes, he goes for the Lurker Den. So he'll be up the ability to make workers, and he'll be up a base, which might actually be worth the roaches. You see he's down 24 army supply, but because they were both supply capped, maybe it was actually worth it. You see the burrowed roaches moving into the fourth, but it looks like they're going to get snuffed out.
Yeah, Lambo was smart and had
immediately.
these units over here to keep an eye on them, or to keep an eye on that base and keep it safe. Now these roaches are going to get caught out, and that's even more on the supply. If you look at the resources lost, you see about 1,400 more for Bly. So that goes to show you that that attack there was really inefficient. And so now we see a bunch of 14 Hydras and 56 roaches from Lambo against only 35 roaches. But so these 8 lurkers are going to have to hold Bly off against a really big army.
Yeah, those lurkers are pretty huge though, in part because I also think Bly could probably pull some shenanigans with Burrow, and suddenly you have the only detection of Lambos being split around. He's actually going to splinter off part of his army so he can pick off this fourth base. That'll put him in a huge economic lead. Bly is stuck with his burrowed lurkers just sitting there holding off his natural. That's a pretty big lead for Lambo.
Yeah, he should really pick out this roach horn, though. Okay, he's going to get that. That's good.
Looks like he'll get that. He'll get the Evo chamber. Should be noted that the upgrades are even. Oh my god, so Bly's run by with these roaches. It looks like he'll be able to take this fourth base for free. Both players are going to be stuck on their fourth
Lambo's
bases.
down to 24 workers, Ezra. Look at that. He's
Yeah,
lost
he
so
is.
much to these burrow roaches. There's roaches in the natural. There war roaches. Wow, and GG.
He's just going to GG. Bly's lurkers held off at the natural meanwhile, and because of the burrowed roaches running around the map and killing all of Lambo's workers, Bly managed to take the game and the series. Ben, congratulations on your prediction, by the way.
Thank you. I knew it the whole time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. There will be 2 videos showing up on your screen. Hit like on the video if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you subscribed it. Have a good day, and thank you again for watching.